like who we wanted to work at Magic Circle firms, but we're here because it's too difficult, especially being a black woman. There was another black woman there, and there was another black man as well, and they're saying, we've applied but no one gets the positions, so don't get ahead of yourself. Again, that's nice, like that's nice. So we just had a little conversation over lunch. I go back to my desk, you go back to yours. A year later, when you want me to pop in, I'll tell you that thank you for that conversation, that actually inspired me, but shouldn't be talking to people like that. Don't tell people what their limits are and where they can go, and trying to kind of compensate for what you feel was a disservice to you by pulling somebody else back, especially a younger black woman. Bring her up and tell her she can achieve whatever she wants to achieve. But no, they were surprised, but I feel like they learned from that. And I know they had another intern there at that time, and I feel like she was grateful for that as well. I sat and talked with her for a little bit. But yeah, like you can just achieve anything you want to achieve, honestly, and no one can tell you anything. You just have to be single-minded. Like only you know what you can do, and people can say the most offhand comments and not realise how much that actually affects people. Just stay true to your vision. Basically, that's the biggest piece of advice I can give.
I feel like after that we can all just go home now. I think we're done. Like we've got all the inspiration we need. Sorry, again the question. I've got really bad memory. Sorry, Victoria. What was the question?
The question is, how do you remain motivated and inspired despite obstacles or setbacks?
Okay. I think for me personally is, as I kind of mentioned before, keep focused on what motivates you. So I always tell this story when people kind of ask me why I started what I do, how I started and building my brand, etc., as in my own brand. And I always tell this one story. So one day, my little sister, who wants to go into acting, she's amazing, and I'm not just saying that because she's my sister, but she's genuinely amazing. She was basically like lead role in all the plays, like every single year, 5 years in a row, she was lead role. And even one day my mum asked one of the teachers and said, why do you keep giving her the lead role? Like, give other people a chance. And the teacher literally said, it's because she's the best. And there's nothing else that we can do. She is the best, so we're going to keep giving her the lead role. Now, one day my sister got the opportunity to go to a drama school. An amazing drama school. It's like one of those West End kids schools that you hear about. And basically you have to pay for it. And I come from a very working class, low income background. I'm very proud to say it because that's not where I'm going to stay. I will be wealthy one day and I will be able to buy my mum a house and a car and everything she deserves. So for me, I'm very proud of where I come from because it's made me who I am. It's made me resilient and strong and passionate and, like you said, hungry to get to where I want to get to. So yeah, I come from a very working class, low income background, and essentially they gave my sister this opportunity and we had to turn it down because we couldn't afford it. But they loved my sister so much to the point where they were like, listen, we'll even give you a discount. We'll discount her, like, her fees for each year. We'll give you a significant discount and just let her come. We still couldn't even afford the discount. So for me, I remember my mum telling me and my sister telling me, and I remember looking at my sister, my little sister, who was broken, who was heartbroken because this is her dream. This is what she wanted to do, and something like money got in the way. For me, that was my motivation. I said, never again do I want my siblings or my mum to feel like we want to do something but we can't afford it. Sure. I don't want ever to have children and for them to be like that. I want to give my children everything that I couldn't have or I had to work really, really hard to have. For myself, for example, like I said, low income background. So I started working from 15 years old. I have been hustling, guys. Let me tell you now. I have done every job you could possibly ever imagine. Literally, I've done waitressing, bartending. I've worked in God knows wherever. I've worked everywhere. Done whatever I had to do in order to make money. And one thing that I said is that, you know what? I don't want my kids to have to go through that. I don't want my kids to have to suffer or to have to think twice. Obviously, I don't want to spoil my children, but I also do want to spoil my children because I feel like, why not? You deserve it. If I can afford it, why not? So that's one story as to why what keeps me motivated is just remembering my family and remembering my mum and my sisters and saying, do you know what? I want you guys to have more. Like I said, I will buy my mum that house. I will buy my mum that car. And that keeps me going every single day. So I would say to you, if you have a dream and you have a goal and something that you want to do, find something that really, really motivates you. It might be your mum, it might be your siblings, it might be whatever it is. That one thing that gets you up in the morning to keep going, to keep pushing. that one thing that even when you've gone through all the stresses and you keep failing and failing and failing and failing and failing some more, you still say, do you know what, I'm going to get up and keep going. Have that one focus. Another thing I would say that motivates me is kind of similar to what you were saying. This idea that I laugh when people doubt me, because I've had times in my life where people have doubted me, but I don't doubt myself. So hey, you know, what now? But for example, when I was applying for Cambridge, there were quite a few people that doubted me.